Hi everybody and welcome back. After finalizing all episodes of the Fusion Fossil series, I got the idea to create fossil Pokémon for the remaining 3 regions who didn't get any in the official games. Those are Johto, Alola and Paldea. So I did exactly that. Created a new fossil duo for each region and then also made 2 fusions with them. Which means you will get 3 extra episodes of this series. In the first part of this video you will meet the 2 original fossils for Johto and in the second part the fusions. If you don't know what fusion fossils are, I highly recommend you checking out part 1 where I explain how fusion fossils even became a thing. But let's start with the fossils. Johto is based on the Japanese region Kansai, so I naturally started to Google which fossils were found in Kansai, and I made a really stupid mistake because googling Kansai fossils will show you the Kansai, which is not actually a fossil from the Japanese region Kansai, but one from Tajikistan. Too bad I didn't double check that before drawing, but it's too late for me to change that now, so to save this I can only say that raptor-like dinosaurs at least lived in Japan back in the days, so it is somewhat fitting, I guess. I hope the design makes up for this mistake. I'm really mad at myself right now. Yeah, whatever. The second one I chose is the Hadrosaurus, which lived 70 million years ago. I figured it would be fun if I gave these new fossil duos a unique and connecting theme that also fits the region which they would be found in. The only Johto game I played was Soul Silver, and the theme I recognized was either destruction or time passing and revival. Destruction or time passing is shown by the ruins of the region, and the revival aspect is the main thing going on with Ho-Oh and the legendary beasts. The whole region also feels rather mythical, so I thought why not give these fake one the theme of failed revival or revival gone wrong. Something you often see in fantasy universes. So let's start with the first fossil based on the Hadrosaurus. Can you guess what concepts this fake one will get? Also, before anyone says anything, I know that this fossil wouldn't work in real life because the brain wouldn't fossilize, but fortunately this is all fiction, so I just went with it. Here we have the first fossil of the Johto region, the brain fossil, which can be found in the Alpha ruins. Let's revive it. So at first I wanted to make a ghost-inspired or yokai type of fake mon, one that would be floating around, but choosing the ghost felt too generic and I didn't get enough inspiration for an actual yokai dinosaur. So then I thought about what other undead or semi-undead creatures I know, and then it hit me. Zombies. I've watched a lot of zombie content, mainly because I just love post-apocalyptic stuff. Last of Us 1 and 2 were such good games, and the first season of the HBO series was also quite good, not as good as the game, but still good. I really like Train to Busan. Anna and the Apocalypse is a surprisingly good musical movie about zombies. The movie of Zom 100, I wasn't a fan of that one, and we stopped halfway through the anime. I watched it with a few friends and yeah, not that great. I watched 2.5 or 3 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead and I hated every second of it. I only watched it because Alicia Denham Carey from The 100 was in it and I really missed her in The 100. But I didn't like myself after watching that series, so that's all I have to say. But I still kinda want to finish it, but my friends talk me out of it every time. Anyways, I also tried watching The Walking Dead World Beyond, but it was pretty boring to be honest, so I stopped after a few episodes. I liked the first Zombieland, the second one was not as good, still alright, but yeah. I Am Legend was also alright. The Netflix series All of Us Are Dead was surprisingly good. I'm really looking forward to season 2, but the romance part of the series was a bit off to me, it felt awkward. I think Kingdom has the most unique take on the zombie apocalypse and a pretty great setting. Second season was also fun. The movie which explained the backstory was not that great, but I'm still hoping for a third season. I don't know if it got cancelled yet. I also love Sweet Home, if that counts, not really sure, but second season is out and I haven't watched it yet, but I'm looking forward to that. I've also read the first volume of Fort of Apocalypse and the whole Desperate Zombie series, which were alright. I also have the first volume of Undead Messiah, but I haven't read that one yet. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I like zombie stuff. Anyways, the most prominent feature of the design is the brain-like dome on its head, which is weak point. The skin is a pale grey and there are some red and white elements. The red is supposed to look like blood and the white parts are supposed to look like bones. I have to say my Fakemon does look more like a little T-Rex and not as much as the Hadrosaurus, but I couldn't get the head shape right, so yeah, but I still like it. And here it is, the first fossil Pokemon of the Johto region, Hadrozombie. The name is a fusion of Hadrosaurus, head and zombie. When they walk around, they are basically staggering and often run into things. They also drool a lot. In battle, their main focus is the head of their opponent. It is a rock type like most other fossils with the additional typing of psychic. So, what do you think of this little friend? Would you pick it or would you wait for the second fossil? Well, either way, let's see the other one. So, this is probably the most believable fossil I drew for these Fakemon. It showcases the most prominent feature of the Kansai Natos inspired Fakemon and is called the Spine Fossil, which can also be exclusively found in the Alpha runes. You can probably already guess which undead fantasy creature this fossil is based on. It's the skeleton. I'm gonna be really honest right from the start, this is probably my favorite Fakemon I've ever designed because it basically combined a lot of things I like the skeleton elements and a cute little creature with an adorable smile. A lot of my clothes and other stuff have bones on them. I have like 3 skeleton jackets, a skeleton coat, several hand shoes, socks and a jumpsuit, and yeah, like a bunch of other stuff. Also these masks that I never wear, but yeah, I wanted to make basically a cute raptor and bird-like skeleton friend with a skull-like pattern covering its face. I used bird skulls as inspiration for that. The fossil you earlier saw is obviously inspired by its spine. I think the only media where I actually remember seeing skeletons walking around are the Elder Scrolls games. In the 5th one, Skyrim, skeletons are like one of the easiest enemies you can get. They're super weak. I didn't want this Fakemon to be this weak, but yeah. I also played Oblivion and then realized that skeletons are not that weak at all. I just suck at Oblivion, but the game is great. Anyways, even though I really love this design, I'm not sure if it's fitting in with the 2nd generation design convention. Same goes with Hadrozombie. I feel like especially my first one might be a bit too over-designed for the 2nd gen, but let me know your opinions in the comments. I really like these videos creating new fossils because I've actually never done that before. My main series, the Jermanzburg region project, only has 1 fossil so far and that was designed by Esper Blocks. So this is a good practice for me and I'm having a lot of fun with it and I definitely hopefully learned a few things. And here it is, the adorable Skellyhubs. For the name I've used the word skeleton and hubs, which is basically a term related to eating. These Fakemon are pretty fast, but are also kinda loud, since they are making a rattling sound, as if bones are rumbling around in its body. They apparently like the sound and will jump around to make more noises. It is a rock and ghost type. So here are them both side by side, the brain fossil Hadrozombie and the spine fossil Skellyhubs. If you have to choose one, which one would it be? Please let me know in the comments, I'm really looking forward to your answers and your opinions. Now to the more difficult part, fusing these 2 Fakemon. It may be a bit cheap, but I used Skellyhub's jaw, flipped it around and made it a new head, the claws of Hadrozombie as legs and its arms as the body. The fusion reminds me a bit of a crocodile, which I found pretty cute. I wanted to create a Fakemon that has a weak spot which it is trying to cover up with some armored plates. I gave it a typical Gen 1 angry pointy triangular eye to make it a bit more dangerous looking, but realistically speaking it's just very cute and trying to look intimidating. The original fusion looked a bit like an orca to me, mainly because of the black and white colors, and even though I really liked them, I didn't want to reuse the whole color scheme of Skellyhubs, so in the end I went with some colors that make it look a bit more like a bubblegum creature. Here it is, the water and fire type fusion Scalimbi. They usually swim around in shallow waters where they surprisingly blend in rather well with their surroundings, besides their pink belly, which is covered in protective plates. When hungry, they lay perfectly still in water until Fakemon approach them. If the prey escapes, Scalimbi have no chance since they can't move on land very well. Second fusion time. This one actually came together super fast, like less than 5 minutes until I had this weird lava looking creature. So in real life there is this caterpillar that pretends to look like a snake to scare off predators, and the fusion reminded me of this animal, so I repurposed the spots on its head to make the illusion of big red glowing eyes and gave it a snake-like tongue. Before shading the eyes they also kinda looked like cute blushing cheeks, but after the shading that illusion disappeared. The original fusion looked a bit more like an alien than what it turned out to be, but I'm pretty happy with the result. Yeah, it turned out better than I expected actually. And here it is, Hedrehubs, the bug and dark type, which was an unused type combination until Generation 9 came out. Hedrehubs are relatively small and try to make up for that with vaguely disguising as some sort of snake-like Pokémon. They can often be found on the side of tree trunks or inside them. So with these two fusions for the Johto region, we are done. It was definitely a bit weird to fuse my own Fakemon, but it was also a lot of fun. Which one do you prefer, Hedrehubs or Scalimbi? Also, which one of these four was your favorite creation in the video? Please let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe to not miss any new videos. It would be really cool to get this channel to 1000 subscribers this year, so yeah, maybe we're gonna get there. See you in the comments.